Let's have a quick demo of ICP for to-do list. Using the screen, the user can add items to the to-do list. Add few items to the to-do list. By adding items to the to-do list, we can see that the count is being changing for completed and pending. Since we have 3 items and all the 3 are in pending state, it shows pending as 3 and completed as 0. To complete an item, and I can click on this icon and you can see that the completed count has been changed. To delete an item, I can click on this icon and the item will be deleted, and similarly the count will be updated. This is all about the screen. Let's have a look at the code of the to-do list ICP. Starting from app.module.ts, we have given app component at the bootstrap, so the execution should start from app component. Moving on to app component, the HTML file from the app for the app component has been app component.html and the CSS has been the app component.css. The app component.css, I have imported Bootstrap, Font Awesome, and I have already installed Bootstrap and Font Awesome. And this URL has been given for the Angular JSON styles, so automatically even these will be added over there. Moving on to the app component.html, we are iterating through the array of items and we are displaying the text of that item. We are giving the class Font Awesome class, which is present in status of that item, to a span element, and on the click of this span element, complete item function will be called. As we can see, this is the span element which has the Font Awesome class, and on the click of this, complete item will be called. And we are creating one more span element with Font Awesome class as trash, and on the click of this, delete item will be called. Below we have completed count and pending count, and below that we have an input type equal to text with ID equal to push_val and a button beside it. On the click of the button, we'll be submitting the new item. Now let's have look into the code of these functions. We have created an array items that holds all the items of the to-do list, and these variables hold the values for number of completed items and number of pending items, and these variables are used in the functions. When we are clicking on add new item, submit new item function will be invoked. We are getting the value of the text field and we are pushing a new item into the array, items array, with text as this text field value which we have fetched in this step, and status as FA clock as a new item would be in pending state, and ID as L variable which I have initially declared as 1. This L will be incremented every time I add a new item to the array so that it would be unique. Then I'm giving the value for the input text as null, as I have already added the item, and I'm calling calculate_count so that completed and pending values would be re-evaluated. Initially in calculate_count will count the number of pending items and number of completed items. Initially I'm giving completed and pending as 0. Then for all the items in the array, I'm checking the status of the item. If it is FA clock, it implies that it's in pending state, and I'm incrementing pending state variable. And if it is FA check square, it implies that it is been completed, so I'm incrementing the completed variable value. Let's see the code of the complete item function. When we click on the span element, complete item will be called. We'll be getting the ID of the element, span element, and we are storing it in v underscore id. For the items array in each item in items array holds three values. That is the text value, the class, whether it has fa clock o if it's in pending state, and fa check square o if it's in completed state, and the id. So we are comparing the id of each element in the array with the span element id. If both are equal, then we are storing the index of the array at which this element is present, and we are coming out of the loop. Then we are checking the status for that particular index in the array, and if it is fa clock, which implies it's in pending state, we are changing the class to check square o so that it's in completed state, and we are recalculating the completed and pending items. This is about the complete item function. Moving on to the last function, delete item. It's similar to complete item function. We are getting the id of the span element, then we are checking at what index it's present in the items array. We are storing that index value in v underscore id1. Then from the items array, we are starting the splice from that particular index, and we are asking to delete one element from that index using delete count. And then we are again recalculating the completed and pending items using cal underscore count function. This is all about the to-do list.